Hi guys, right now I am formulating a light body butter. I just did the amazing body butter, the decadent, the perfection body butter as I call it, because it's just so thick. And right now what I'm doing is I'm looking at all these wonderful ingredients that I put in lotions and creams, and I want to formulate for, I want it to be thicker than a cream but less than the body butter that we just made. So I'm going to start with aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, glycerin, sodium lactate, some allotonin, some honey quat. So that's going to be my water phase. Then I'm going to put in mango butter, cocoa butter, shea butter, coconut butter, just like I did just now with the heavy duty body butter. Then I'm going to put in my emulsifiers because the aloe vera juice I have, it's now like a water-based product. So I need emulsifiers. So I'm going to put in cetyl alcohol, conditioning, emulsifying wax, and some beeswax, some stearic acid, some BTMS. I'm going to, and some glycerol, and I'm going to put in some, for conditioning, I'm going to put in glycerol stearate. I'm going to put in D-pentothal in the powder form, because I could put that in. And for my oils, I'm going to put in capric triglyceride, CCT, some broccoli seed oil, my infused calendula oil, which I love in just about everything. And let me see. As you can tell, like I'm formulating this, I'm going to put in some isopropyl myristrate, which is an emollient. It's a thickener. It's an emollient. It's a thickener, and it cuts down on greasy feelings. Although sometimes when I'm formulating stuff like this, I'm like, I don't know what is. I mean, if you think this is greasy, like you're going to feel this is greasy. Like there's not going to be much I could do. Chamomile, in the cooling down, I'm going to put in chamomile extract. I knew there was a reason I took that out. Chamomile extract. And I'm going to put in, okay, honey quat goes in the water phase. Liquid silk, I'm going to put in the cooling phase. And green tea extract, I'm going to put in the cooling phase. I'm going to put in some argan oil because I can't find the top to this and I want to use it because I've been putting a little saran wrap and rubber band around it, and I prefer to just use it up. And some vitamin E, which I have in my infused oil to begin with, but I'm going to put a little pinch more in. So let me see, what is this? Oh, green tea extract. And for my preservative, I'm going to use Optiphen. There's not a lot of water in this. It's more oils and butter based. So I think that there's not a big chance of the emulsification breaking. So I think that I'm going to go with Optiphen, which is my favorite preservative, but sometimes it's a little difficult to use. So that's my formulation. Some of these I haven't put amounts down next to, and I'll do that. I need to get the water phase going because I need to heat, bring it to a boil, then heat and hold for 20 minutes. And that's going to be 200 grams of aloe vera juice, 20 grams of aloe vera gel, and 20 grams of glycerin. So I'm going to put in 300 grams of aloe vera juice, 40 grams of aloe vera gel, and 40 grams of glycerin. So I got this aloe vera juice. I never shop in Walmart because I think that the Waltons are horrible, terrible people, and I don't think they deserve a dime of mine or any other hardworking American. Because of how they treat their employees. It's terrible. And, it's like a sweatshop. So I never, ever, ever shop at Walmart. I would rather go to Costco, a company that treats people correctly. But I ordered aloe vera juice online, and it came shipped to me from Walmart. Very upset about that. I should have sent it back. I didn't even realize it until I opened it beyond the date. So anyway, I'm starting this. I'm going to try to get rid of my anger. And so right now I have the aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, and the glycerin heating and holding. And separately, I'm going to put in my sodium lactate and my honey quat. And I think that's it. Oh, my allotonin also. So, okay. Okay, so I want this to be a light body butter. So normally when I make a lotion, I do about 350, the equivalent of water, which is usually aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, glycerin, sodium lactate, and honey quat. And that's pretty much what I have in here right now. I did the sodium lactate and honey quat by itself because otherwise it could be a waste. So I usually have about 350 to about I don't know, somewhere around 85 to 100 grams of oils and butters. So right now what I have is 200 grams of aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, glycerin, sodium lactate, and honey quat. So I have about 200 grams. You can see that I'm formulating this as I go along. And I'm going to put in, I put in 180 grams of mango, cocoa, and kokum. I put in 32 grams of emulsifying wax, 30 grams of cetyl alcohol, 5 grams of beeswax. My oils are 10 grams of isopropyl myristrate, 20 grams of infused oil, which is calendula infused sunflower oil, 10 grams of caprylic triglycerides, yada yada yada, 12 grams of jojoba oil. I'm sorry, I put the writing all over this. Oh, and 10 grams of glycerol stearate, which is like a conditioning agent. I had originally said that I was going to go with Liquid Germel Plus, but I decided to go with Optiphen, and then I'm going to do extracts in the cooling phase. So right now what I want to do is I want to add my oil, butters, emulsifiers to my water. And then, because I am thinking about this as I'm going along, sorry. I'm trying to make sure that this isn't going to turn into a lotion or a cream, which it could. What I'm shooting for here is thicker than a cream, maybe thick enough to be pipeable. And so what I want to add now is I want to add the allotonin and the D-pentothal. So I have to weigh those out. Be right back. Okay, so I put in 10 grams of D-pentothal and 10 grams of allotonin. And what does it look like? There's, allotonin. They have one of those little packets. And allotonin, I just opened it. Be nice if they told you that. Okay, so what I have here is, let us recap. I have 200 grams of aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, glycerin, honey quat, and sodium lactate. Probably about, let me see, it's probably about 150 grams of aloe vera juice, probably about 10 grams of aloe vera gel, 10 grams of glycerin, 10 grams of honey quat, 10 grams of sodium lactate. So that's probably that measurement. I have 180 grams of butters. I have mango, cocoa, and kokum. There is no shea butter because I've had issues with graininess, and I'm trying this you know, for the first time, and I really don't want it to be grainy. Oh good, my green tea extract just went all over the place. Good thing I've got more. Okay, so I have 32 grams of emulsifying wax, 30 grams of cetyl alcohol, 5 grams of beeswax for my emulsifiers, and glyceryl stearate, which some could be considered a emulsifier, but I consider it like a conditioning agent. I have panthenol and allotonin, and I have 10 grams of jojoba oil, 10 grams of infused oil, or more, no, 18 grams of infused oil, and 10 grams of caprylic, the CCT stuff. Okay, it's getting very thick. So let me see what the temperature is. The temperature is actually 123, and it's really getting thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how much is in here for my Optiphen. Okay, I just put in my Optiphen, and you have to mix very well for a couple of reasons. You don't want it to, you don't want your emulsification to break, and you want your preservative to be fully incorporated. I'm also going to add vitamin E. Now, I didn't really measure that because I have vitamin E in my infused oil, and you know, I want about 3 grams. And after doing this for so long, I pretty much can tell 3 grams when I see it. But what you probably want to do is if you don't have vitamin E in something else, you definitely want to, hang on guys. If you don't have vitamin E in something else, you definitely want to put it in here. Now I'm trying to avoid using the KitchenAid, so I'm using my stick blender to make sure that my something is wet all over the floor. I don't know what the heck it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure my extracts. I have green tea extract, I have chamomile extract, I have horsetail extract, and I have liquid silk. So I want about 3 grams of each of these. Okay, so here's my 20 grams of extracts and liquid silk. So it's chamomile extract, horsetail extract, not, that's some sort of flower, chamomile, green tea, horsetail, and we have liquid silk. Liquid silk. And boy, is this stuff getting thick. Let me do this. If you buy a new hand wand, well, that's not looking pretty. Looks like I gotta change this. Okay, this looked like it was breaking for a minute. But I hurried up and got it blended. If you're in the market for a new stick blender, look at these Cuisinarts, the new one. They have this idiot button on the end. So you can no longer use it with one hand. It's really annoying. I don't know why they did this. But when I thought that it was breaking, and let me show you this. This is what an emulsification breaking, and you know that I have videos on this with the blueberries. But this is what an emulsification breaking looks like. It looks like things are separating, and that's what this actually looked like was starting to happen. And the reason I changed bowls was because I wanted to get the stick blender all the way in, and that's why this Cuisinart, this new thing with this idiot button really bothers me, because I really needed to use one hand. I'm going to get behind the camera and show you this. I don't know if you can see it, but this is what it looked like was happening. It looked like it was breaking. This is what an emulsification breaking looks like. You can see the oils and butters have kind of separated, and that's what's called, you know, a breaking, emulsification breaking. But this is what it, you know, it didn't break. So, you know, sometimes when your emulsification breaks, like this and the one in the blueberry, I mean, you cannot get it back together. So it was not truly breaking. But I really needed to whip it, like, quickly. And because of this idiot button, let me show you the idiot button. See that button? Like, if you press it, you know, on the regular stick blenders, you press and press and press and nothing happens. Without the idiot button, this would be going on. But now you have to hold this. And even though it's possible to do it with one hand, it's not easy. So, you know, I'm not happy with Cuisinart. But this is gorgeous. I mean, this is very much a cream. And probably better than a cream. It's probably, it probably would be considered a very light body butter. But I'm going to try to put it in the freezer. I know that, you know, I'm playing with fire here. Sometimes when something looks like it's going wrong and it doesn't. But I want to put it in the freezer. And then I want to come back and see if I can pipe it. I might, again, be playing with fire, but we'll see. Let me put it in the freezer, see what happens. Okay, so I've taken it out of the freezer at about 75. And if you remember in the all butter and oil body butter, it froze in the 70s. And this one didn't. This is actually, it is thicker than a cream, which is what I was going for. It's not as thick as a body butter, so it's what I was going for. And I added some peach fragrance oil. And it smells really nice. And like I said, I don't like to use a lot of fragrance in, you know, oils, lotions, creams, body butters. But this, you know, really has a very light peach scent. Like the other one has a very light lemon scent. And you know, it's you know, just really nice. So I'm just gonna let it whip for a while and see. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pipe it. I might not be able to pipe it, but it's really nice. So I probably wouldn't have any issues with just putting this in a jar, though, you know, the way that it is.